This is an old anime. This is a modern anime. Which one do you prefer? Well, that was a stupid question. Of course you would choose waifus. Who would not? But don't worry, our ancestors knew the future is doomed, so we created waifus in the past to help us during hard times. Okay, on a serious note here, old shows have a different vibe than the current ones, and it's not only the art, but the idea behind them. Those masterpieces were built different. Not only did they get you invested because of the fights, but also because of the characters and their adventures. How many animes from the last year do you remember because of the story? Does it add up to 7? Probably not, and that is not something super bad, since we got some good fights, right? Right? That's the problem. Meanwhile, 90% of the old shows do either have a good story or epic fights. Modern anime are more made to milk the comers for their money. And don't understand me wrong. Making money for a business is good, but not when you sacrifice a whole culture for virgins. Let's take High School DxD as an example. Instead of making the last season for that
atrocity,
we could have put the money and manpower to give us another Attack of Titan. And yes, I know it's not the same studio, but instead of you giving your money for a questionable figure, you might have bought the Attack on Titan manga and get rid of the awful CGI. Speaking of CGI, I fucking hate it. Like, what the fuck is this? Come on, man, I didn't spend my money for this. Oh, wait. It was our mistake. Anyways, CGI sucks and that cannot be denied. I better choose waiting more for a title than this. And now you realize that old anime didn't have any CGI, and that's probably why we have so little old anime, and one of the reasons why they are so good. Look, my eyes want to experience God's blessing while watching an anime after a hard day of work, and CGI is not doing the job, man. It's not! Like, I almost dropped Chainsaw Man after the first episode. However, CGI is not the worst thing when it comes to a character. The worst thing is if the character is underexposed. How many of the characters from My Hero Academia do you remember? And I don't mean remember because he or she has screen time, but remember because of a deep background and an interesting thinking behind the character. This is the problem. The old shows knew how to make you fall in love with every character from the series. They knew how to develop them and make the viewer feel happy or sad for everything that happened to them. Take this scene from Full Metal Alchemist. When you hear about who was that dog, you feel pity and maybe other emotion, but you feel them. Meanwhile, this made me feel like, finally somebody dies here! Yes! And this is not right. This is not how I should be feeling. This is not how the mangaka wanted me to feel. So the reason I'm feeling like this might be that I wasn't invested in the world enough. Wait, invested in the world? Oh, right. There was also a town there which has been destroyed. Well, yes. You probably understood by now, but the world building is extremely important for a big amount of shows. If we speak about Death Note, Hero would have made no sense without cults, police, and all of those small details. If we look at something like Overlord, the whole plot would have made no sense if there was no world. You got the point. The world is important, and that is when old anime shines the most. Just think about the big three. Well, those had many episodes, which equals to enough time to build the world. Okay, Mr. Big Brain. What about Cowboy Bebop, Akira, and Evangelion? Oh, also too many episodes. Well, maybe that is because you were spending your money supporting good shows instead of buying body pills with your so desired girls. No more arguments needed. World building, important. And now that we have clarified that out, it's time to ask why you didn't watch masterpieces like Black Lagoon, Hellsing Ultimate, or Samurai Champloo. And let's say you didn't like any of my points, but how can you miss this? You can thank me in the comments later. Bye!